part, so I would like to show you. So this is the question was yesterday, the oscillation part was limits x approach to 0 of sine of 1 over x. Yeah. Wait, that's not the same screen. This is the recording. Okay, sine of 1 over x. Now, if I were to do a table, sorry, I'm going to do a table the other way. So x and y, right? So I'm going to plug in specific values here. And like I said, that I'm going to plug in 2 over pi and 2 over 3 pi and 2 over 5 pi and 2 over 7 pi, 2 over 9 pi, and 2 over 11 pi, right?
Why these numbers?
Yep, there's special this arrangement of this numbers. That's good. Okay, so can you tell me what is sine of 1 over 2 over pi? Sine of pi over 2, good, which is what? 1. And how about 2 over 3 pi? Sine of 3 pi over 2, right? Negative 1. Did you see? What is the next one? 1. What's the next one? Negative 1. And 1 and negative 1, right? So obviously you see this 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1. But this x is approaching what? What is it? 0. 0. Why is 0? Because 2 over 3 is a fraction. 2 over 9 is going to be even smaller fraction. 2 over 15 is even smaller. 2 over 7 pi, which is 2 over 21, smaller, smaller, smaller. I'm getting smaller. As I'm getting smaller, my value is going to be oscillate between 1 and negative 1, 1, negative 1, 1, negative 1. So what happened to approach 0? Well, that's a predicament here because can't really tell you that what is it. But I give some story every year, so some people already heard it a couple times. It's a my mom is a very abusive, not abusive like she just beat up kids. But back then that's legal. She always told me that she can murder me before the police arrive. So that's how it is in this Asian family. So I grew up as we get beat up. So I will show you how they beat up, right? So my mom would be like looking at me, right? And she'd start yelling at me, and I'll look at her, right? Looking at her, and she's like, "I'm yelling at you. Why you stare at me, right?" And she smacked me with her forehand. And then what happened is, and I look away. I was like, okay, I'm not looking at her. I'm not looking at her. Cannot stare at her. So when I look away, she's like, "I'm talking to you. Why are you not looking at me?" And she slapped a backhand. And it was like, that's never ending because it was a backhand, forehand. You don't know where to look anymore, right? Huh? Yeah, it's like ping pong. Yeah, it's like, and so it's really bad. Like it's now that's just it's true story. It's not even lie because that's how Asian family, at least the last generation, was look like. So yeah, so now we're gonna imagine that she has a superpower. Okay, she can increase the speed as it goes. She can increase the speed as it goes. And she can be extra fast. Kind of like, I don't know, Flash, right? So it's a back and forehand, back and forehand, back and forehand. Now, what happened is she gets faster and faster. It becomes speed of light, right? And all of a sudden you say, stop. Okay. And you ask me, which hand did she slap me with? It's a backhand or forehand? Exactly. I don't know which hand I'm getting slapped at, right? So I had no idea. Because it could be forehand, could be backhand, because she slaps them so fast. I cannot tell. Okay, so I'm going to show you what the graph looked like of this. And you're going to see that. You're going to say, oh, okay, that kind of makes sense. And, so, sorry. So let's just look at a sine of 1 over x. So look at this graph. And you like, there's nothing abnormal about this graph. Look at this. If I reach positive side, that's going to be 1. Do you see that? Negative 1. Positive 1. Negative 1. And that's not a story. Look at here.
Is it a fractal?
Look at the middle. That's how fast her hand move. And you can't even tell where to go. You can't even tell they are backhand or forehand. So in this case, when limit x approaches 0, you cannot tell. Are they positive 1 or negative 1? So this is oscillation. Does that make sense? Sorry, that was kind of depressing analogy. But yeah, supposed to be funny though, but I don't know why you guys all so serious.
I wasn't sure.
You're allowed to laugh.
Does it still have the same rule where it's going up?
It doesn't. You asked some questions to Josh yesterday. So since they go up to 1, so it probably end up 1. But the thing is, when you go into deeper enough, look at this. You can't even tell. That's how fast the hand's moving. Now, how do you know? And it's the thing is, it's increasing frequency as it goes. It goes faster when it goes into a 0.
Will it ever stop, or does it always keep going?
It just keep on going so fast I cannot tell. So at 0, you cannot tell whether they're at 1 or negative 1. Or it could be 0, right? 1, negative 1, or 0. You cannot tell where it's going to be. It's not a defined value. That's oscillation. Okay. Yeah, so that is this part. All right.